Hello everyone. Today we are going to read a chapter named Madam Rides the Bus, written by Vali Kannan, whose actual name is R.S. Krishnasamy, who was born on 12th November 1920 and died on 9 November 2006. He was awarded with the Sahitya Academy Award in the year 1978. So this chapter is about an 8-year-old girl who had a desire to ride a bus to do a bus journey, and in order to fulfill her dream to ride a bus, what did she do and what did she learn also from her bus journey? So let's read the chapter. Madam Rides the Bus. So there was a girl named Bhalyamai, who was called Valley for short. She was known as a Valley. She was 8 years old and very curious about things. She always wanted to know about things. Her favorite pastime was standing in front of the front door, watching what was happening in the street. You can see in the textbook that how Valley is standing at the door and how she is watching that what is happening outside. So there were no playmates of her own age on her street, and this was about all she had to do. And as she did not have playmates to play with them, so she had to. She felt alone, and she most of the time she was spending in watching that what the people are doing outside. So watching the street gave her many new, unusual experiences. So the most fascinating thing of all was the bus and that travel between her village and the nearest town. So it passed through the street, her street each hour, one going to the town and once coming back. The sight of the bus filled each time with a new set of passengers was a source of unending joy for Valley. So every day she used to watch that how the buses are coming and going. They are going from there her village to another town, then again coming back. So by watching every day, an interest created in her. So day after day she watched the bus, and gradually a tiny wish crept into her head, and she wanted to ride that bus. So by watching every day, that she had a wish to ride the bus. This wish became stronger and stronger, and what did she do? Over many days and months, Valley listened carefully to conversations. So before riding the bus, she had to gather information regarding that bus journey, how from where, what is the time, what is the fare, everything. So carefully to conversation between her neighbors and people who regularly use the bus, and she also asked a few discreet questions. So she gathered information, and she also asked neighbors that what is the fare, everything. She picked up various small details about the bus journey. So the town was 6 miles from a village, and the fare was 30 paise one way. So the trip to the town took 45 minutes, and it takes 45 minutes, 30 paise for one way, and the town was 6 miles away. So all this meant that she could take the 1 o'clock afternoon bus, reach the town at 1:45, and then she can come back to home. So see, for this, before going for a ride, how that an 8-year child, how she calculated, again recalculated and planned and replanned. This is very important, that before going for a ride, how she calculated what is gathered all the information, and she planned and she calculated everything. So one fine spring day, the afternoon bus was just on the point leaving her village, and she shouted, stop the bus. So the bus slowed down, and the conductor came, and the conductor showed his hand to help Valley. So but yes, I simply have to go to town, said Valley, still standing outside the bus. And here is my money, he showed. Then Valley showed that 30 paise to the conductor. Okay, first you must get on the bus, the conductor said. And the conductor stretched out a hand to help her up. So as the conductor saw a small child, so see he stretched his hand to help Valley. But what happened? Never mind, she said. I can get on by myself. This is very important. You do not have to help me. So though she was an only 8 years, she was behaving like a grown-up child. The conductor was a jolly fond of joking and said, "Please do not be angry with me." "Fine, madam." Then the conductor called Valley as madam. So it was slack time of the day, and there were only 6 or 7 passengers in that bus. So it was a new bus. It's outside Pentagon, gleaming white with some green bars, overhead bars. Some green stripes along the slides. So this paragraph about the description of the bus. And the overhead bars shone like silver. There was a beautiful clock inside. The seats were soft and luxurious. Then the bus was now going along the bank of a canal. The road was very narrow. Then she saw some palm trees, grasslands, mountains, and blue sky. On the other side, there was a deep ditch, and there were acres of green lands. Also, all these things she saw through the journey. So suddenly, she was startled by a voice. So somebody called and told that, "Listen, child," said the voice. "You should not stand like that. Sit down." So when she looked so many things. Both the sides, she got so excited and she stood up that time. Suddenly a voice came behind and told that, "Child, please sit down." Then what was the reply of Valley? "There is nobody here who is a child," she said heartily, proudly. "I have paid my 30 paise like everyone." So she said that as you have also paid 30 paise, I have also paid. So don't call me a child. The conductor chimed and goes, "Sir, but this is a very grown up madam." So that time conductor interrupted and told that she is not a child. Actually, you can call her madam. So Valley shot an angry glance at the conductor and said, "I am not a madam. Please remember that, and you have not yet given my ticket." And suddenly she asked that, I have already paid you, but you have not given my ticket. The conductor punched a ticket and handed to her. Then just sit back and make yourself comfortable. The bus stopped some new passengers on the way. They also got on, and the conductor got busy for a time. Afraid of losing her seat, Valley finally sat down. Then an elderly woman came and sat beside Valley. She was chewing. The old woman was Valley found the old woman repulsive means because did not dislike such big holes on the earlobes and ugly earrings, and at the same time she was chewing betel and the juice was coming out from her lip. So the old man asked so many questions by seeing the girl alone in the bus, and she started asking that is it proper for such young girl to have to travel alone? Do you know exactly where are you going to the town? What is the street? What is the house number? So that elderly woman asked so many questions to Valley, and then what was the reply of Valley? "You did not bother about me. I can take care of myself," Valley said, turning her face towards the window and staring out. So she behaved that as if that is nobody should get any information about her. Then her first journey, what careful. So in part 3, what we will read now that how she saved money. Careful penciling elaborate plans, and before riding the bus, how she took so much of pain and she became careful in saving money also. So she had saved money to buy peppermints, toys, balloons, all these things, but she did not when she went to fair also, she did not spend money in buying all these things because she had to ride a bus and she had to save money for that. So you can think of that as such a small child of 8 years, and how she did not at the time of purchasing balloons, all these things, she did not buy all these things, and she saved money to ride a bus. So after this she had money, and the next problem was how to slip out from her from her house. So his first problem was to save money to ride a bus. Second problem was how to sleep out, how to go that without the knowledge of her mother. And she found that every day after lunch her mother would nap for about 1 to 4 hours or so. So she found that her mother usually sleeps she usually sleeps 1 to 4 hours. Valley always used those hours for her excursion, and that time the best time, that time was the best time to use. So then she came, and the bus rolled on, now cutting across a bare landscape, now rushing through a tiny hamlet, the odd wayside shop. Then the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle. So this is the description of the bus journey. So suddenly Bally clapped her hands with glee. Suddenly she became very happy and she clapped. So what was the reason of her happiness? Suddenly she saw a young cow, tail high in the air. You can see in the picture in the new textbook, was running very fast right in the middle of the road, right in front of the bus. The bus slowed to crawl. The driver also sounded his horn, and at the same time the animal got frightened, and the cow, and it galloped faster. So this scene Valley liked the most, that how happy the cow was and how it was with the speed of the bus, like it was also galloping, it was running. And when the driver sounded the horn, then listening the sound also, the cow became faster and it galloped always right in front of the bus. And she liked this scene and she clapped. Then a speck of train could be seen in the distance. Then she found a train was moving. Then and with a tremendous roar and rattle. Then the bus went on and passed the station. Then they entered a wide thoroughfare where she found bright-looking shops. So then the bus stopped and everyone got up. So that was the destination of the bus. Everyone got up. Then the conductor said, "Hey lady, aren't you ready to get up? This is as far as your 30 paise takes you." So the conductor said, "Now 30 paise is over. You can get up from the bus." Then Bally said, "No, I do not want to. I do want to go back to my village. So take another 30 paise." Then she handed over more 30 paise to the conductor to return to her village. Then the conductor shrugged and they waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. Again, there were not many passengers at the time of returning. So now this is the returning time. So here you will find that what is the difference between that in the journey, in the arrival journey and in the departure journey. So the bus started again, and there were same wonderful sights in the beginning. Valley was not bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same excitement as she had felt the first time. So first time when she came, when she came first up, she enjoyed a lot. Now second half, what happened? The returning journey, what happened? But suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside, just where it had been struck by some fast moving vehicle. So this is the turning point again. Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on a trip to town? She asked the conductor. Then when she saw that a dead cow lying on the road, she asked the conductor that is that the same cow that who was very happy while in the morning journey? Then the conductor said yes, and that brought a change in her feelings. Then the bus moved on, but the memory of the dead cow haunted her, dampening her enthusiasm. Beginning that when she came, when she boarded the bus, that time she was very happy, very excited. But while returning time, when she saw the dead cow, and it dampened her enthusiasm. She did not enjoy the returning journey, and she no longer wanted to look out the window even. She did not look at the first half how she was enjoying everything, the train sound, the greenery fields, distant mountains, everything she was enjoying. But returning time when she saw the dead cow, she did not feel the same excitement. She no longer wanted to look out of the window. She thought she sat thus glued to her seat. She only sat in her seat until the bus reached her village. She stood up and stretched herself. Then she turned to the conductor. So finally the bus reached to her village. Okay, madam, she answered her, smiling. Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us, and do not forget to bring your fare. What it was, the conductor said. She laughed and jumped down from the bus. Then she went running straight to her home. So when she entered her home, she found that her mother and her aunt, they were talking. So that time the Bhalli's mother said in this paragraph is a very important thing of this chapter. There was a discussion between the mother and her Bhalli's aunt. What was the discussion? Yes, you were right. Mother said, so many things. This line is very important. So many things in the midst and in the world outside. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often cannot understand it completely. Can we? So mother said that so many things are happening. Sometimes we do not know also what is going to happen. Sometimes without our knowledge also something is going to happen. Means that time what Bhalli understood that when she boarded the bus, how happy she was, but while returning, how sad she was by seeing the reality of life, that anything can happen at any time. She got a lesson. She got an experience from his bus ride, that nothing is stable, means anything can happen, and without anyone's information, anything can happen in anyone's life. So suddenly when Bhalli heard these sentences by her mother, oh yes, breath Bhalli. What? Asked the mother. What is that you say? Oh, said Bhalli. So Bhalli said, I was just agreeing with what you said with about things happening without our knowledge. So Bhalli approved what her mother said, that so many things happen with us without our knowledge at any time. Anything can happen with us at any time. So just a chit of a girl she is, said her aunt, and yet look how she pokes her nose into her. Pokes her nose means interest like an adult girl. Knows her into her conversation just as though she were a grown up child. And aunt said that yes, how Bhalli is interested in giving her views regarding this. So Bhalli smiled to herself. She did not want them to understand her smile, but then there was not much chance of that, was there? So Bhalli understood what her mother said and what she meant to speak, because she understood that anything can happen at any time, and that is also without our knowledge. So I think you all enjoyed this chapter. And with the passing of time, with the experience, we experience so many things in our life. Sometimes that Bhalli had an interest to go for a bus ride. She did. She fulfilled her desire. But at the returning time, she came to know the reality of life. So we should know that anything. We should know that anything can happen to us, and we should also that we should not get depressed, and we should also prepare to handle all kind of situations in our life. So hope you all enjoyed this sensitive story of Madam Rides a Bus. Thank you.